You won't believe your eyes. We have a video that is not going to be able to be forgotten. We have a gun expert on camera with the rifle that supposedly the Charlie Kirk assassin used to show you how it couldn't have been the rifle that was used because he couldn't have gotten it off the roof. Check out this video. I'm dying to hear what you have to say because I can't make heads or tails out of what the truth really is. I don't think we really know yet. You're one of the people that aren't so sure about the shooter as being the shooter, the one they have in jail. That belief that you have is spreading like a wildfire. There are tens of millions of people that can't figure out an answer to the following question. Why is it on all the pictures showing the alleged shooter going to the roof, going up to the roof, jumping off the roof, running away through the neighborhood, why doesn't he have a rifle with him? In other words, how did the rifle get up on the roof, get off the roof, get into the woods, covered up by a blanket with his DNA on it? The only way possible, if the rifle was disassembled before he got there, then he put it together, then he hit the kill shot from far away on a rooftop across the whole campus.
Yeah,
Then he
200
took the gun,
yards.
then he took the gun apart, put it back in the backpack, jumped off the roof, and ran away. I've talked to a guy who's a hunting expert who has that exact rifle, a 30-06, and he said it takes a long time to take it apart. And if you put it together and shoot it, it's not going to be accurate until you test fired a few times to put everything in proper sync. Here's a gun expert
Hmm.
online
Yeah.
explaining why what you said is probably true. Watch this and tell me if you agree with what you're seeing.
On this episode of You Might Be a Dumb Motherfucker, this is my rifle. It takes two different tools to take it apart. It takes a Torx key and an Allen key. Now, if I take a shot and immediately disassemble this, I have to remove the bolt, remove the magazine, grab my Allen key, hit the two bolts on the bottom, put those away in the Allen key, grab my Torx key, remove the scope, put everything in the backpack, make sure I have everything, and make my way downtown. Okay, which is going to take a lot longer for him than it is for me, especially because his fine-tuned motor function, something as simple as grabbing an Allen key to a little bolt, is going to be extremely impaired due to a dump of adrenaline throughout his bloodstream. An extreme elevated heart rate is going to make these fine-tuned skills extremely difficult. I mean, just for him to think and analyze of what needs to be done to disassemble this rifle and get away would be difficult. And we're not even going to touch the topic of him assembling the rifle on top of the roof, which if you reassemble a rifle and you take a cold dead shot, it's not going to be 100% accurate. Okay, or the fact that he disassembled this after taking a shot, which the rifle's going to be hot, and they found no gloves. There's just so many inconsistencies that just makes zero sense. I mean, I'm still working on this, and I have taken this rifle apart 1,000 times. And now he has to put the pieces of the rifle into a backpack. And this is a gigantic backpack. Shout out Wolfpack, best backpacks on the fucking planet. Anyways, as you can see, this barrel, broken down, does not fit in this backpack. And this is a big boy, way bigger than the one that he was carrying. Okay? I put the rifle stock in here, and guess what? It doesn't fit. It sticks out. Now let's just say, for sake of argument, that he put these in his pant leg and he was walking. These are still so long broken down that he would not be able to walk straight. He wouldn't be able to bend his leg. On this episode of You Might Be a Dumb Motherfucker, this is my rifle. It takes two different tools to take it apart. It takes a Torx key and an Allen key. Now, if I take a shot and immediately disassemble this, I have to remove the bolt, remove the magazine, grab my Allen key, hit the two bolts on the bottom, put those away in the Allen key, grab my Torx key.
You see the video of him running across the roof? No rifle.
Yeah.
So we only have a couple minutes left. I can't figure this out. I've watched this video like 6 times. Then I called back the guy that I told you about at the beginning,
Hmm.
who's an expert who has a 30-06. And I asked him, how many times have you fired it? And he goes, I don't know, a couple thousand. I said, how long does it take you to assemble it and make it accurate to shoot? And he goes, I don't know, 7, 8 minutes. How about to disassemble it? Well, you can't when it's hot. If it's just been fired, you burn your hands. And it's very difficult to take apart after a shot because you have to have gloves on and you're going to be nervous and trying to get away. And it doesn't fit in the backpack. And the pictures don't show a gun when he's running away. I'm not done yet. And then let's say all that happened. Let's say that he stuck him under his shirt, which he didn't, because you can see it. Let's say he
Right.
put it in his pant leg, which he didn't, because he's running with his legs bending. And then he runs away and runs into the woods where the police are now looking for him. Would he then sit down in the middle of the woods, Will Johnson, and reassemble the gun where anyone can find it with his DNA all over it?
Yeah.
Does any of that make any sense to you? And then the text messages to the furry boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever he is, were about, I got to get the gun. He kept mentioning the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. I don't understand any of this.
And to make matters worse, the FBI and the other investigative bodies are just trying to push down our throat a narrative that they want us to know. They don't care if the narrative is being believed by people or not. They just want you to believe it because they say so. And as someone who is from Africa, I have seen scenarios like this play almost every single day. Now, not about assassinations, but about what our leaders tell us. Let me tell you a story. I was watching the national television in my country, and a minister came on set to talk about how wonderful our leader is and how much he has done for the nation. He started by saying, this minister started by saying that the president is a father of the nation and that he is looking after everyone as parents do, and he has everyone's interest at heart, and he is going to make sure that everyone is well taken care of. That he has been the head of the country for this long, and that is the reason why we all, the citizens, have benefited a lot. That he has made sure that democracy reigns in the country, and he has made sure that everyone's opinion is being protected, that we all have freedom of speech. We can speak our mind and nothing will happen. That was what the minister was saying. And I turned to myself and I look around and I was like, are we really living in the same country? Like the minister and I, are we in the same country, or are we living in two separate worlds? Because what the minister was saying was something that I couldn't wrap my head around. Like, what is this man talking about? Am I living in the same country as he, or are we just like living in two alternative universes? What was really going on here? And even the so-called freedom of speech is not really freedom of speech, because of course you can say what you want to say, right? You have the freedom to say what you want to say, but there's no guarantee of freedom after you've said what you wanted to say. You can say it. No one is stopping you. You can go out there, you can protest, you can criticize the ruling party, you can criticize the government. Yes, you can do all those things. But there is no guarantee that you have freedom after you said all those things. That is the level of freedom of speech we have. And that was what the minister was boasting about. And the so-called democracy, that's not even a democracy. It's just a one-party rule. Now, they have elections every now or then, but everything is being weak. How can you imagine that in a democracy, the president is the one who appoints the members of the national election organization or whatever they call them? In a democracy, the president is the one who appoints the people in charge of anti-corruption. Is that really a democracy? Is that really a democracy? In a democracy, the president can just decide, for whatsoever the reason may be, to call off elections. Is that really democracy? Now, the reason I'm saying all this is that some government officials don't really care if what they are saying is the truth or not, and they don't really care if people believe what they are saying or not. They will say it nevertheless. It's like, I will say what I want to say, and I don't care if you guys believe it. If you believe it, it's fine. If you don't believe it, it's your cup of tea. I don't care. But I am going to say what I want to say. That is what I'm talking about. It is the same thing you are seeing happening with the whole Charlie's unfortunate incident. It's the same thing. The FBI is saying one thing, and people on the internet are saying a different thing. Like, what the FBI is telling people doesn't make any sense at all. When you break down the whole thing, you see that there's no there. But the FBI want us to believe that there is a there. And even though people are like, no. This narrative you guys are trying to force on us won't work. Because what you guys are saying, we can clearly see that there is something fishy going on. We can see that. We are not blind. We can see that. So what you guys are saying, we don't believe it. And even though people are shouting at the top of their voices about this and telling the FBI that we don't believe what you guys are saying, the FBI is like, well, German fool, I don't care. Believe it if you want. Don't if you want. But we are pursuing what we are pursuing. It doesn't matter whether you guys believe it or not. It really doesn't matter. That's why I was telling you the story in my own country. Like, I have seen cases like this like all the time. You know, our politicians will come and say something, and you will feel sorry for yourself. You will feel like, do these people think we are fools? Do these people think that we don't have a mind of our own? Do these people think that they can just say stuff and we cannot fact check them on that? And the truth is, it's not like they think that you guys are fools or not, or you guys don't have a mind of your own. That's not the point. The point is, they think that they have the right to say what they want to say, and you guys have no right to call them out. And even if you call them out, it doesn't really matter, because they will not change their stance, they will not change their minds, and they will not change what they've said. So no matter how much you protest, no matter how much you condemn, no matter how much you call them out on the things they have said, which are clearly lies, it wouldn't matter, because what they say, they believe is law. And that is the textbook definition of authoritarianism. When people think that they can say what they want to say and no one can object, and even if people object, they cannot do anything to them, or they won't change their stance, that is dictatorship.